Hi, and welcome to another video in the Brief History of the Bands series. Today, we look at another very popular British band from the 80s, Tears for Fears. Over the course of their career, Tears for Fears has released 6 studio albums, which have sold over 30 million copies worldwide. Tears for Fears is a British pop rock band that was formed in 1981 by Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith. The band's name was inspired by Arthur Janoff's Primal Therapy, which Orzabal and Smith learned about while working as counselors at a juvenile detention center. Tears for Fears music is characterized by its use of synthesizers, keyboards, and electronic drums, as well as its introspective and emotionally charged lyrics. The band's early music was heavily influenced by new wave and post-punk. Their sound has evolved over time to incorporate elements of pop, rock, and soul. Roland has served as the primary songwriter and lead vocalist throughout the band's career, along with Kurt, who has played a role in the band's success as a vocalist, bassist, and keyboardist. Roland Orzabal and Kurt Smith met as teenagers in Bath, England, where they formed a band together in their early teenage years. In 1981, they officially formed Tears for Fears. Bath is a city located in the county of Somerset, England. It is known for its rich history with lots of cultural significance. Bath has been designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city is known for its natural hot springs, which have been used for therapeutic and recreational purposes since Roman times. The population of Bath is approximately 90,000 people. Bath is also home to several notable cultural attractions, including the Royal Crescent, a row of terraced houses designed by the architect John Wood the Younger, the Bath Abbey, a Gothic-style church founded in the 17th century, and the Roman Baths, a well-preserved Roman public bath complex. In addition to its cultural and historical attractions, Bath is also known for its shopping and dining scene, with a variety of independent retailers and restaurants located throughout the city. The city is a popular tourist destination, which attracts visitors from all over the world. Tears for Fears' debut album, The Hurting, was released in 1983 and spawned the hit singles Mad World, Change, and Pale Shelter. The album was a critical and commercial success. It established Tears for Fears as one of the leading bands of the New Wave movement. The band's follow-up album, Songs from the Big Chair, was released in 1985 and became their biggest commercial success to date. The album spawned several hit singles, including Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Shout, and Head Over Heels. It reached number 1 on the charts in several countries. In the late 1980s, Tears for Fears began to move away from their new wave roots and incorporate more elements of pop and rock into their music. Their third album, The Seeds of Love, was released in 1989 and featured a more experimental sound that incorporated horns, strings, and acoustic instruments. Despite the departure from their earlier sound, The Seeds of Love was still a commercial success and spawned the hit single Sowing the Seeds of Love. After a break in the 1990s, Tears for Fears returned in 2004 with their fourth album, Everybody Loves a Happy Ending. The album featured a more pleasant sound and was a departure from the introspective and darker themes of their earlier work. The album was met with mixed reviews, but it still spawned the hit single Closest Thing to Heaven. Tears for Fears' fifth album, Roll and the Kings of Spain, was released in 2005 and marked a return to the band's more experimental and introspective sound. The album received a generally positive review, and it spawned the hit single Call Me Mellow. In 2017, Tears for Fears released their sixth and most recent album, Rule the World, The Greatest Hits. The album featured a collection of the band's greatest hits, released to celebrate their 35th anniversary as a band. Throughout their career, Tears for Fears has been recognized for their innovative, emotionally charged music. They've won numerous awards, including a Grammy for Best New Artist. Their music has influenced a generation of artists. Today, Tears for Fears continues to tour and perform to sold-out crowds around the world. In addition to their musical success, Tears for Fears has also been known for their philanthropic efforts. In the 1980s, the band donated proceeds from their concerts to various charitable organizations, including Amnesty International and the Hunger Project. In recent years, they've continued to support charitable causes, including the Robin Hood Foundation, which works to combat poverty in New York City, and the National Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Children, NSPCC, a UK-based child protection charity. One of the things that has contributed to Tears for Fears' enduring popularity is their ability to evolve as a band and embrace new musical influences. From their early new wave sound to their incorporation of pop, rock, and soul elements in their later work, Tears for Fears has continually reinvented their sound while still staying true to their core musical identity. This willingness to experiment and take risks has allowed them to remain relevant and beloved by fans for over 4 decades. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. If you liked the content, please hit the like button and even better, subscribe. If you have any bands from the 80s and 90s you would like me to cover, please leave a comment below. I've included links to 2 of my other videos, the first being a brief history of Depeche Mode, and the second a link to one of my 80s mixes. Enjoy, and as always, play it loud.